Howdy, everybody. I normally don't film 3 videos in a short period of time, but today, this evening, I am so ticked off. But I did a video when I got home. I'm not going to lie, this is just me speaking the truth. Something's been on my mind. Uh, Pretty and Pooch did a nice gesture. They sent the hat, shirt, and a couple decals. So I was going to do a separate shout out for them on the decals. Um, that arrived Monday. That was my first day at work. That first day of work was a catastrophe. Second day was a catastrophe. Third day didn't get much better because I had to work in the rain. Anyway, so I'm not here to talk about that, but really bummed out. I mean, like as bummed out as you can get right now. So I mentioned before, and I've been mentioning this for a while to another person. As soon as I go to work full time, there's going to be a rapid decline here at the residence. With the resident, things around, So I got some things back on course around here. Sprinkler system wasn't working for a long time. It was just like a lot of things had been neglected for a long time. Should have been taken care of. It wasn't. Took the bull by the horn, got those things resolved. So my mom had made mention that the she thought the heat wasn't, or not the heat, excuse me, air conditioning wasn't working or whatever. Sometimes, like, she's always fidgeting with stuff nowadays, so I wasn't sure if it's something she did or whatever. So then the AC seemed to work again, then it didn't. Yeah, should have put my phone on airplane mode. I forgot about that. Let me do that real quick. So, and Shores Act, it was kind of weird because I thought, I was thinking, my initial thought, I'm not an AC dude, but I know when they have those drain lines, and that stuff comes out, it looks like snot. Sometimes little frogs get up in there or whatever. So they need to be cleaned out periodically. I know enough about AC that there's like certain like product they can pour in there. Plus you can, reverse with a hose or something like that. So that was my initial thought. So I'm thinking, I don't know, just in case. But the weirdest thing was the thermostat was no longer showing a reading. Nothing. It was like a blank screen. So that kind of had me concerned. I'm thinking, what's going on with that? So I pull off the cap of the thermostat, and I realized there's no like backup 2 AA batteries. So I put that in there, slap it back in, and all of a sudden now we have a reading. So now I'm kind of wondering, like, all right, is this like a power issue? So, like I told you, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that stuff. So I ended up talking to the other guy, and I said, hey, this is the deal. I'm going to be working. I can't, I'm not going to be here to deal with this. When I was here full time, I could deal with these things and take care of it. And like I said, he's 2 hours away. He says to me, he goes, well, can't you make the phone calls in the morning? I said, no, my new job's extremely chaotic. I don't even have time to do anything. I said, literally just total chaos. And I said, this is a guy I know. I coached in high school football about 17 or 18 years ago. He has a really big booming AC business right now. He's got a bunch of trucks on the road. He doesn't live that far away. This is the name of his company. This is his phone number. I said, you know, that's who I trust in this area. I said, there's a real good chance he's not going to come out. You know, it might be one of his employees because he's a big time boss now. I said, but you know, I said, I can't do it. I just can't do it right now because my new job, trying to perform my duties the best of my abilities, and I don't even have time to eat lunch. 4 days in a row, can't even eat lunch because I'm overloaded with just stupid expectations. So I said, he goes, well, I'll try and find time to call it. You know, so I, you know, pretty much, I told him, I said, look, I said, you know, she's going to need a lot more attention now that I got a full-time job. So, you know, you just got to figure it out. So he decides to man up and show up yesterday. I guess he had called the guy, showed up, and the owner of the company, I'm going to give him a shout out in a bad situation. The guy's name's Chandler Nemitz, Nemitz. His company is Optimum Air Solutions, or Optimum Air Conditioning, something like Optimum Air is the thing. Pretty much he covers, you know, the Southwest Florida region. So I've given him shout outs before on different platforms, you know, for people needing service. So I felt comfortable. This is a company that I do trust. So I go have a crazy day at work, come back to find out, you know, this guy's here that wasn't supposed to be here. It's good in a way, you know. So I guess he wanted to monitor, you know, that everything that's going on with, you know, what the transaction would be. I don't have a problem with that, you know, because my mom's like, someone could take advantage of her if they were. That's why I recommended this company and this individual. Turns out Chandler himself, the owner of the company, came out. I don't know if it was based on, you know, what my brother said that I had coached him, or he knew me or whatever, but I don't know if it was a special trip, a special favor, but he came out. He basically talked about things. I don't think it was real expensive, contrary to what my mom was trying to tell me. I don't know the dollar amount. I didn't want to know, but basically had something to do with the, you know, what I was saying, the snot line, and then she's always fidgeting with the thermostat. So basically, like, he did his thing. He probably cleansed the lines or whatever, and just suggested to leave it on auto instead of on, or it had something to do with humidity. I don't know. I don't remember what was told to me by the other guy, but so we talked briefly about that, and I'm like, so he goes, yeah, he goes, your friend came out, and I was like, oh, you mean one of his employees came out? He goes, no, he came out. I was like, really? I was like, you know, so like, he doesn't say a whole lot, but I'm like, you know, did he sell? He goes, yeah. He goes, now we're on a preventive maintenance program with him, or, you know, a regular, something like preventive maintenance. I think that's what he said. So I'm like, all right. So I'm thinking, like, all right, you know, that's good, you know. And so he comes around, you know, he'll check the system, and every 6 months, I forget what, you know, I think it was every 6 months, whatever, which is good, you know, and in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're probably all not going to be here in 12 months, maybe not even 6 months, but probably not a bad idea just to keep that, because we're going to be going into the hot summer months, hurricane season, all that stuff. So probably not a bad decision. Like, once again, I don't know the dollar amount. I'll know in the very near future, but I'll know this weekend when I have free time to investigate. But so here fortunately, yesterday was a very, very rainy day, which kept the temperatures down and being from exhaust. So picture this. I mean, like, we had rain all day long. I wouldn't say it was like, at sometimes it was like pretty heavy. I wouldn't call it like a torrential downpour, but it was really steady. It wasn't like a mist. But you call a company. I don't know if this was based on my my recommendation, my reference, or whatever, but you call a company and you get the owner to show up in an hour or two and handle the problem yourself, man. I made me feel pretty happy and proud, especially when he solved the problem, explained the problem to someone who could, supposed to be coherent. That would be the power of attorney, and explain the situation, So I had the prior to get that information from him, but like most things, they don't get relayed to me. But so it kind of made me feel happy that the person I recommended responded, took care of the problem in a rapid manner, in a professional manner, and now that makes me feel like you need to trust me more, not you the people, but you, the POA, POS, whatever you want to use, need to trust me because I know what I'm doing down here. I wouldn't recommend somebody that I wouldn't trust. And I'm not just going to pick anybody, I don't even think there's phone books anymore. I don't know. Does anybody have the yellow pages? The old expression was, you pick a number out of the yellow pages and hope for the best. I guess now you just Google it, whatever, or, Dex knows everything, right? Isn't that what the old saying was? But, or you can ask your wife. Usually wives know everything. But, so I don't have a wife. I don't have a life. How poetic is that? But so, trying to keep my life together, trying to keep her life together. Literally, our lives are in the hands of somebody else, and it's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling. And I'm so pissed off at my mother for allowing that situation to happen. She's definitely the guilty party there. And like I've said before, there is no, there shouldn't be favoritism in a family. There always has been. I've talked about that numerous times. This person's been in and out of, well, let me just stop it there. Anyway, so she had an air conditioning problem. I offered a solution. The solution worked excellent. So here we are, at least she's in a better living environment while I go off to another chaotic day at work tomorrow. So she's going to hopefully have a brighter future when I'm not around, for as long as she stays in this household. So anyway, folks, so I'm going to end this. Probably today is April 13th. It's 10:45 p.m. as I'm exiting. This will be Eastern Standard Time. I'm probably going to debut this tomorrow, probably around 0800. And I'm as you can tell, I'm like depressed, pissed off, and I'm just trying to find my way. I don't. Life's not looking too good right now, folks. Not looking good at all. But just trying to share what's happening over here, It's G Money Homestead. Peace out.